Growing older is a journey that brings wisdom, experience, and a new perspective on life, but these are also the things that can make people react in ways you might not expect. After decades of living, facing challenges, and building your life, certain habits, behaviors, or even health changes can subtly shift how others perceive you. These are the things most seniors older never anticipate, yet they can impact relationships in ways that are hard to notice at first. Have you ever felt tension with someone close, only to wonder why they seem distant or impatient? You're not alone. After years of respect and shared experiences, it can be surprising to realize that people's reactions sometimes change, and not always for the better. Take a moment to consider the subtle dynamics at play. Growing older often brings new habits, whether it's speaking more slowly, forgetting details, or expressing opinions shaped by years of life experience. While these habits may feel natural and even necessary to maintain health and dignity, they can unintentionally irritate others. For example, a study from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that adults over 70 who exhibited certain communication patterns, like repeating stories or insisting on routines, were more likely to experience subtle social distancing from peers and family. These patterns are not wrong, but after a lifetime of living, they can provoke reactions that seniors older might not expect. Consider the story of Helen Murphy, 77, from Atlanta, Georgia. Helen has always been independent and outspoken, traits her children admired when she was younger. But after she retired and began slowing down due to arthritis, she noticed that friends and even some family members were less eager to spend time with her. "I couldn't understand it," Helen recalled. "I was the same person inside, yet suddenly, it felt like people were judging my every move." Scientists explain that as people age, differences in energy levels, priorities, and health habits can create friction, especially when others are unaware of the adjustments seniors older must make. These changes can be misinterpreted, and without careful understanding, resentment can quietly grow. This video will explore 5 eye-opening facts that reveal why some people might secretly dislike or misunderstand seniors older. From social dynamics to habits that impact health and interactions, these facts are backed by both scientific research and real-life stories. After watching, you'll gain insight into what triggers these reactions, how to avoid unnecessary tension, and the steps you can take to maintain meaningful relationships and your mental health. These lessons are essential not just for seniors themselves, but also for family members, caregivers, and friends who want to navigate the complexities of aging with understanding and empathy. So stay tuned, because what you're about to discover may change the way you think about aging, your habits, and the way you relate to others. By understanding these subtle social patterns, you can protect your emotional well-being and maintain the quality of life you deserve. These insights aren't just interesting, they're crucial for anyone who wants to age gracefully while staying connected to the people around them. Fact 1. People react to changes in independence. The first fact that many seniors older might not realize is how changes in independence can affect how others respond to them. These are the things most people never anticipate. After a lifetime of managing your own life, relying on others for even small tasks can subtly shift the way family and friends perceive you. According to a study from the Journal of Gerontology, seniors who experience a sudden loss of independence, such as difficulty cooking, driving, or handling finances, are more likely to face subtle social distancing from peers and even loved ones. It's not intentional cruelty, it's often a psychological reaction. People may unconsciously resent the fact that roles have changed, and they are now providing care for someone who once cared for them. Consider the story of James Thornton, 79, from Denver, Colorado. James had always been a do-it-yourself kind of person, fixing appliances, driving to the grocery store, and cooking his own meals. After a minor stroke, he needed assistance with daily tasks. Suddenly, his daughter began making more decisions on his behalf, and friends started visiting less frequently. "I didn't expect people to pull away," James admitted. "I was still the same person, but suddenly, it felt like my independence made people uncomfortable." Medical experts explain that these shifts in dynamics are common. Seniors older often develop habits to maintain their dignity and routines, but others may misinterpret these habits as stubbornness or difficulty, leading to quiet resentment. Scientific research also supports this observation. The American Psychological Association notes that maintaining autonomy is crucial for mental health in older adults. Seniors who retain control over small decisions, like meal choices, daily schedules, or social activities, show lower levels of depression and anxiety compared to those whose independence is heavily curtailed. After all, habits built over decades are part of one's identity, and when those habits are altered or ignored, people may respond negatively without even realizing why. These are the things most families must understand. Supporting independence isn't just about convenience, it's about health, dignity, and emotional stability. For seniors older, it's important to find a balance. Avoid giving up all control too quickly, but also recognize when help is necessary to maintain safety and health. Adaptive strategies can make a big difference. Installing assistive devices, using home care services, and setting up routines that preserve autonomy are all ways to prevent tension with others. After all, people often react less to the actual need for help and more to the perception that independence is being lost. James Thornton's experience provides a valuable lesson. These subtle changes in independence can be a trigger for social tension, but with the right habits and support, seniors can maintain control of their lives while keeping relationships strong. The key is understanding how these dynamics work, communicating openly with family, and finding practical solutions that honor both safety and dignity. By recognizing this first fact, Fact 2, health changes influence perceptions. The second fact that seniors older must understand is how visible or subtle health changes can influence the way people perceive and interact with them. These are the things most people fail to notice until it's too late. After years of living a robust and independent life, changes in mobility, energy, or cognitive function can cause others to react differently, sometimes with impatience or even quiet dislike. According to research from the National Institute on Aging, seniors who show signs of declining health, such as slower walking speed or memory lapses, are more likely to experience social withdrawal from friends and family. These reactions are rarely malicious, they are often subconscious responses to the altered dynamics in social interactions. Take the story of Linda Fitzgerald, 82, from Portland, Oregon. Linda had been an active member of her local book club and often hosted her grandchildren. After developing early arthritis and experiencing mild memory lapses, she noticed subtle shifts in how others treated her. "I used to be the one organizing everything," she recalled. "Now, people talk over me or skip inviting me to activities. It's like they think I can't keep up anymore." Medical experts note that these patterns are common. After health changes, seniors older may unconsciously adopt habits to compensate, speaking more slowly, avoiding complex tasks, or declining social invitations, but these adaptations can be misinterpreted by others as irritability, stubbornness, or detachment. Scientific studies reinforce this. The Journal of Aging and Health reports that older adults with declining physical or cognitive health are at higher risk of experiencing social isolation. Seniors who maintain healthy habits, like regular exercise, balanced nutrition, and mental stimulation, tend to preserve both physical health and social engagement, which helps mitigate negative perceptions. After all, habits developed over decades, such as keeping a daily routine or staying active, are crucial for maintaining health and independence, and they influence how others respond to you. It's also important to recognize that these reactions are influenced by societal attitudes toward aging. Many people unconsciously associate slower movement, forgetfulness, or reliance on assistance with weakness or burden. These perceptions can lead to subtle resentment or avoidance, even among loved ones. Seniors older can avoid this by openly communicating their needs, maintaining consistent routines, and continuing to engage in meaningful activities that highlight their capabilities rather than limitations. So, what does this mean for you? It means that understanding how health changes impact social dynamics is critical. Seniors older must prioritize habits that support physical and cognitive health, while also educating friends and family about what they can realistically manage. By doing so, they can reduce misunderstandings and maintain the respect and connection they deserve. Now, let me ask you, are you still following along here in paragraph 3? If yes, type number 2 in the comments below to let me know you're still with me. And while you're at it, don't forget to Fact 3, social habits affect how others see you. The third fact seniors older must understand is that social habits can significantly shape how others perceive them. These are the things most people never realize. After decades of life experience, certain routines, preferences, or ways of interacting can be misinterpreted by family, friends, or acquaintances. Seniors who maintain strong personal habits, whether it's daily exercise, reading, or attending community events, may be seen as independent and capable. But habits that signal fatigue, withdrawal, or stubbornness can trigger subtle resentment or discomfort in others. Take the story of George Allen, 85, from Chicago, Illinois. George had always been a morning person, taking walks in the park and attending local senior clubs. However, after his wife passed and he began experiencing mild hearing loss, he started declining social invitations and spending more time alone at home. Friends and neighbors began noticing his absence, and some assumed he was being unfriendly or aloof. "I wasn't avoiding anyone out of choice," George explained. "I just needed time to adjust, but I could feel people pulling away." Research confirms this dynamic. Changes in social engagement habits can alter the way seniors older are perceived, even when the intention is merely self-care or adjusting to health limitations. Scientific studies highlight this effect. According to the Journal of Gerontology, Social Sciences, seniors who experience a reduction in social activity, whether due to mobility issues, health changes, or personal preference, report feeling more isolated, and simultaneously, they are more likely to be perceived as distant or difficult by others. These are the things most families overlook. While maintaining habits that prioritize health and mental well-being is essential, it's equally important to communicate openly about changes in social routines. This transparency helps prevent misunderstandings and maintains relationships built over a lifetime. In addition, these social dynamics intersect with emotional health. Seniors older who feel misunderstood or excluded may experience increased stress, anxiety, or depressive symptoms. Studies from the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry indicate that older adults with diminished social engagement are 30 to 40% more likely to experience depressive episodes. Conversely, maintaining healthy habits, like attending community events, participating in hobby groups, or keeping in touch with friends and family, can enhance both social perception and personal well-being. The lesson here is clear: social habits matter. How seniors older interact with others, and how they adjust those interactions after health or life changes, can influence perceptions, sometimes leading to secret dislike or misunderstanding. Avoid isolating yourself unnecessarily, but also honor your own habits that support health and happiness. After all, these habits are part of your identity, and balancing personal needs with social engagement is essential for maintaining positive relationships. By understanding Fact 3, seniors older can navigate social interactions more effectively, avoid unnecessary misunderstandings, and foster environments where their wisdom, experience, and personality are appreciated rather than judged. Fact 4. Financial habits and independence influence relationships. The fourth fact seniors older must understand is how financial habits and perceived independence can influence how others react to them. These are the things most people fail to consider. After decades of managing money, investing, and building security, changes in financial independence can subtly affect relationships. After retirement or unexpected expenses, seniors may need assistance with budgeting, bill payments, or accessing funds. While these adjustments are often necessary to maintain health and lifestyle, they can unintentionally trigger judgment or resentment from family members who feel pressured or concerned about finances. Take the example of Evelyn Parker, 78, from Houston, Texas. Evelyn had always been careful with her money, saving for decades to ensure she could live comfortably. However, after moving into a smaller apartment due to mobility concerns, she began relying on her daughter for some financial tasks. Evelyn noticed her daughter's subtle frustrations and occasional impatience, despite the assistance being routine. "I thought I was just asking for a little help, but I could feel tension building," Evelyn recalled. Experts suggest that these situations are common. After years of financial independence, seniors older may struggle with the perception that they are losing control, which can affect social dynamics and relationships. Scientific research supports this observation. According to the Journal of Financial Therapy, Seniors who rely on others for financial tasks often experience increased stress and feelings of inadequacy, which can influence communication and social interactions. Family members, in turn, may perceive seniors as more demanding or difficult, even when the requests are reasonable. These are the things most families must understand. Habits related to money, budgeting, and financial independence have a direct impact on relationships and social perception. The key is finding a balance between maintaining independence and seeking support when necessary. Seniors older must avoid isolating themselves due to pride or fear of judgment, but also implement strategies to protect financial security. Tools like automated bill payments, financial counseling, or part-time assistance from trusted professionals can help maintain both independence and dignity. After all, habits surrounding money are deeply tied to one's sense of control and confidence, and supporting these habits helps preserve positive social connections. Evelyn's experience highlights an essential lesson: financial habits are more than numbers, they affect emotions, relationships, and perceptions. By acknowledging this dynamic, seniors older can prevent misunderstandings, avoid unnecessary tension, and continue to enjoy meaningful interactions with family and friends. Now, if you've been following along to paragraph 5, type number 4 in the comments to show you're still with us. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Golden Age Wisdom for more insights, life-changing lessons, and wisdom for seniors and families navigating the challenges of aging. Fact 5. Communication styles can lead to misunderstanding. The fifth fact seniors older must understand is that communication styles play a critical role in how people perceive them. These are the things most people rarely consider. After decades of life experience, the way you speak, express opinions, or share stories can be misinterpreted, sometimes leading to subtle dislike or frustration. Seniors older often develop habits, like repeating important points, giving unsolicited advice, or sharing long stories from the past, that are natural ways to express wisdom and maintain mental engagement. However, these same habits can be misunderstood, especially by younger generations who may not fully appreciate the context or intention. Take the story of Samuel Johnson, 81, from Boston, Massachusetts. Samuel loved telling stories from his career as a firefighter, often repeating anecdotes to emphasize life lessons. After retirement, his grandchildren started visiting less frequently, and his friends seemed impatient during conversations. "I thought they'd enjoy hearing my experiences, but I could sense frustration," Samuel recalled. Research indicates this is a common issue. Studies from the Journal of Communication in Healthcare show that seniors who frequently repeat stories or insist on certain routines may be perceived as rigid or difficult, even when their goal is simply to engage or teach. These habits, while well-intentioned, can create social friction if others misunderstand them. Health also plays a role in communication. Changes in hearing, speech clarity, or cognitive processing can make conversations more challenging, which may lead to impatience from listeners. After all, seniors older must adapt to these changes while still maintaining meaningful interaction. According to the American Speech-Language Hearing Association, seniors who experience mild hearing loss without support are more likely to be perceived as disengaged or uncooperative, even if they are fully alert and socially aware. These are the things families and friends often overlook, which can inadvertently lead to subtle resentment. The key lesson here is that communication is more than words, it's habits, tone, timing, and patience. Seniors older can avoid misunderstandings by developing strategies to adapt their communication style, such as speaking more slowly, summarizing stories concisely, or using gestures and visual cues to support comprehension. These habits ensure that the wisdom and experience they share are received positively rather than misinterpreted. Samuel's experience shows that fact 5 is crucial. Communication styles, combined with health-related changes, can impact how seniors older are perceived. By being aware of these dynamics and taking proactive steps, seniors can maintain meaningful relationships, avoid unnecessary tension, and ensure that their years of experience and stories continue to enrich those around them. Closing, understanding aging and preserving connections. As we reach the conclusion of this lesson, one thing becomes clear: growing older brings wisdom, perspective, and experience, but it also brings challenges that can affect how others perceive you. These are the things most seniors older must understand to navigate social dynamics effectively. After exploring the 5 eye-opening facts, changes in independence, health shifts, social habits, financial management, and communication styles, we see that subtle misunderstandings and even secret dislike often stem not from who you are, but from how life changes affect your interactions and habits. Awareness of these factors is the first step toward maintaining meaningful connections and emotional well-being. Consider all the seniors we've discussed: Helen in Atlanta, James in Denver, Linda in Portland, George in Chicago, Evelyn in Houston, and Samuel in Boston. Each of their stories demonstrates that while aging can introduce new challenges, it doesn't have to lead to social isolation or resentment. Science supports this as well. Studies from the Journal of Aging Studies show that seniors who maintain autonomy, communicate effectively, and engage in meaningful habits experience higher life satisfaction, lower depression rates, and stronger social bonds. These are the things most families must recognize. Aging is not just about health or physical changes, it's about preserving identity, dignity, and connection. It's also important to remember that these dynamics are not fixed. Habits, routines, and communication styles can be adjusted thoughtfully to foster understanding and reduce tension. Seniors older must avoid letting pride, fear, or miscommunication drive relationships apart. By proactively nurturing habits that maintain independence, health, and engagement, and by clearly communicating needs and boundaries, seniors can create an environment where their experience and wisdom are respected rather than misunderstood. The key takeaway is simple: growing older is a life stage full of potential, not a period of decline in social relevance. Families, friends, and caregivers should strive to understand these subtleties, and seniors themselves must cultivate habits and strategies that support healthy interaction. After all, these connections are crucial for mental, emotional, and even physical health. Aging gracefully requires both awareness and action, blending independence with adaptability, wisdom with empathy. And now, as we close, I want to hear from you. If you followed all the way to paragraph 7, type number 6 in the comments to show you made it to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Golden Age Wisdom. By supporting this channel, you help spread motivation, wisdom, and life-changing lessons for seniors and families everywhere. Together, we can ensure that aging is not feared, but celebrated as a time of insight, fulfillment, and meaningful connection. Remember, these years are not about losing relevance, they are about using experience, maintaining habits, and fostering understanding to live fully and stay connected with the people who matter most.